Over the years, I've worked with all kinds of cameras, DSLR rigs, mirrorless setups, PTZ systems, the odd webcam, you name it. But every now and then, something truly amazing comes along. This is the OBSBOT Tail 2, a compact AI-powered 4K PTZR camera that is changing the game for us content creators, educators, streamers, and production professionals. Before we start, full transparency, OBSBOT did send me the Tail 2 for review purposes, and I was allowed to keep the unit, so thank you OBSBOT. Whilst they were given a preview of this video, they didn't request any edits or influence the content at all. So all the thoughts and opinions shared here are entirely my own. So with that, let's get on with it. For giggles, I thought it would be fun to show you the differences between the sizes of the cameras. You've got on the far right the Meet 2, then you've got the Tiny 2 4K, the previous version, the Tail Air, and now the Tail 2. Just look at the differences. Quite dramatic in size between the first little camera and the new Tail 2. All right, let's do a real world test with this camera. Currently, you're seeing the Tail 2 being recorded directly via HDMI into my Mac using Ecamm Live. I've set it to 1/50 shutter speed, and it's at 4K 24 frames per second, but everything else is completely auto. So it's set to auto ISO, auto focus, auto white balance. And you be the judge, you tell me what you think the quality is like. There's been a lot of comparisons between this camera and a mirrorless or a DSLR equivalent. I think that's a little bit unfair. You are getting a lot of camera for your money here at $1,200 compared to maybe $2,500 to $3,000 for a Sony body and camera combination. I think the image quality looks good, and obviously you can make some tweaks and changes to get the maximum out of it. I've actually turned down the in-camera sharpness to 0. I really don't like any in-camera sharpening with my images, and I can prefer to add some sharpening in post if I want to, but I think it looks all right. The main difference between this camera and the previous Tail Air is the fact now they've included an optical lens zoom system in here with a 4x digital on top of that. So you get much more flexibility with this camera with regards to the zoom and focal length. Let's just show you what it looks like. I've got two presets. Preset 2 is going to zoom in optically to 2x. Everything looks really sharp and it looks pretty cool from what I can see, and the quality is still really good. Let's go crazy now and do a 5x zoom in. I really don't want to stay on this zoom level for too long, but you get the idea of the fact that now you've got these many different options with regards to the optical zoom. I like the flexibility that you get with this camera, and they've also added a ton of other features which we're going to talk about in this video in a short while. But you be the judge, you tell me what you think the quality of the camera looks like, but I am quite impressed with it overall. So one of the most compelling features of the Tail 2 is the new advanced AI tracking version 2. Now, whether you're presenting on stage, conducting an interview, recording a live tutorial like this, or just want to capture your pets, which you'll see a lot of in this video, all you do is double tap on the screen and it will detect what that subject is and start tracking. Now, from my experience in using this, it is really quite good. So if you're in a group, then the group tracking mode intelligently adjusts the framing to include multiple participants. So it's great for things like panel discussions, classrooms, or collaborative presentations. Now, what's also really cool is the camera supports up to 30 types of animals and over 200 objects. Now, you'll only see cats in this video, but it really is good at automatically adjusting the composition to keep the subject in focus and centered in the frame. Tracking within this camera is super easy. You've seen it with the cats. If I just was to double tap on the screen, it's now put itself into human tracking mode. You can see that by the little person icon on the bottom right. If I go and change this setting here, you can change the speed of which the camera is following you. At the moment it's set to super lazy, I think it's called. And that's a really nice addition with this camera. It means that the camera follow mode is going to be really smooth, just like a normal camera operator. We had it set to crazy with the cats. I'm just going to set it to that now for me. But I'm going to move very gently, because if I move the slightest, the camera really snaps into position. So great for sports and when you're following fast moving objects, but not great when you're in a studio. So I would always recommend either not having it on at all or setting it to super lazy. Now, another couple of settings that you can configure here. I've got this on the iPad. If I click on the me mode, which is basically locked onto me now, and if I set the different positioning settings, this is really good for framing. So this is going to do auto framing based on really the position that you want to keep the person in the frame at. You've got between 3 and 24, and these are the sort of zoom levels. At the moment I'm set to 3, which means that this is like a portrait mode. It's always going to be in this position, but if I set it to 7, it's going to zoom out and try and get me in that sort of frame, as you can see on the actual picture within the iPad. So it's great for auto framing and keeping the composition as good as it possibly can. Remember, this is AI doing all this, so you would typically have to do this with a camera operator. They would be responsible for the rule of thirds, the framing, and so on. So now, just by having this set up, it's just super easy. And I do think that the tracking has improved tremendously over the previous versions. It's much smoother, it's very responsive, it's very easy to track objects and things. I will just untap this to stop me from tracking for a second. And as I mentioned before, and you've seen it in a previous little snippet of video, you can actually track objects as well. So I'm just going to draw a box around this, and now it's basically picking up the object that I've just tracked, which is my microphone case. And I'll double tap this to switch off the tracking and double tap to go back to myself. One of the things I wanted to point out as well is that there is no built-in microphone on this camera, and that means you're going to have to connect an external microphone to it if you want to get any audio. I think it would have been nice to have some form of internal mic connected, because for scratch audio, if you're trying to sync audio that you've recorded separately in post, it does make it a bit difficult. You're going to have to physically clap your hands and then try and get that to synchronize. As I said, I think it would have been nice to have a built-in microphone, but you can use an external wireless microphone like this. People have been using shotgun microphones connected to a little rig. I think this type of camera lends itself though to obviously having external audio being recorded. And if you're recording sports and things, you typically would have that separated out. But again, it would have been nice to have something built in, so at least you could get some scratch audio. So I spoke about that 12-element lens system, but did I actually mention vertical video? This camera has a really unique rotating lens. That's the R in PTZ. Well, this camera actually supports native vertical shooting in 4K. And as you can see, that's the lens moving inside the body. So you don't have to reorientate your camera. If you want to go straight into vertical mode, you can do so at the touch of a button. So we've got a couple of shots. Animal tracking has been enabled on here, and now we're going to enable close-up, and the camera is going to automatically zoom in to frame Martini in this case, and the tracking is on, and as you can see, as she starts to move, the tracking follows her without any problems at all as she goes into the tunnel. Next shot, we have Khaleesi. We've zoomed in here from the camera. We're on 5x optical zoom, and I just wanted to show you how good the quality is of this. It's not in the best light. The camera's set to auto everything, and you can see how cool that quality looks from this camera. I previously mentioned at the beginning of this video that the Tail 2 has a ton of connectivity options. Just look at the number of ports. It includes a full-size, woohoo, HDMI 2.0, 3G SDI for broadcast environments, USB 3.0, Ethernet with power over Ethernet support, and Wi-Fi 6. You also have a line input and a mic input, as you can see here on the left. As I mentioned before, the camera doesn't come with a built-in mic, so you do have the ability to plug in something external. With regards to protocols, you can see there's a larger number here supported. You can also stream directly from the device, as you could do with the Tail Air. One thing to point out around NDI is that you will need to purchase an NDI license separately. It doesn't come part of the camera when you purchase the base model. So I've had the camera for around 2 weeks now. It took a little bit of time getting it out to me here in Portugal, and then I had a problem with updating the firmware. That took a little bit of time to get that working, but that's all fine now. But I can confidently say that it's one of the most thoughtfully designed PTZ cameras in its class right now. I mean, look at the image quality, the advanced AI tracking, how easy it is to just tap to track and you're done. Let's not also forget the fact that you can switch to vertical recording in an instant. I mean, if you're looking to simplify your production, then the Tail 2 does deserve some serious consideration. Now, I'll be doing more videos on this camera as I do more testing, and you can learn more and check about the current pricing using in the links in the description below. But if you've got any questions about it, how it fits into your workflow, then please drop me a comment below and I'd be happy to have a chat with you. More to come on this amazing camera.